Hi everyone and welcome to my MMN journey. My name is Craig. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my story about how I became diagnosed with multifocal motor neuropathy, a rare neurological condition that affects muscle strength and movement. So today's video is all about the physical change, the mental toll and the long road to answers. So if you're going through something similar, I hope this helps you feel less alone. For me, this all started back in 2023, October time. I was working at two jobs at the time, so I was working as a call centre analyst, and I was working as a part-time chef. The reason that I actually noticed the change was I was working my job as a chef part-time. I was cutting up some veg and I realised that my grip on my knife wasn't great. I kept slipping. I almost cut my fingers a few times, and I just couldn't seem to figure out why I couldn't hold the knife. And then I looked down, I could see that my pinky was curled over. This is at its natural state. This is me relaxing my hand, as you can see the curl. So I couldn't figure out how this has happened. So I thought maybe because I do a call centre job during the day, I dealt with social media side of it. So doing complaints through social media, Facebook and Twitter. So I thought maybe because I'm typing on the keyboard all day long, that's having an effect on my hands. So I had a word with my manager at the time, and he suggested we fill in a form and get some adapted equipment. So we got the adapted keyboard and mouse to try and help combat the issue, as well as I was trying to build up protein in my body as well to see maybe because muscle wastage maybe it's something protein issue. So I started taking protein powder, eating more protein. I thought I'll go to the gym, start trying to build up some muscles back up again. But I found when I was lifting the weights that I couldn't wrap my fingers around them to do the curls or do any exercises because it was so hard for me to wrap my hands around it. So I thought this isn't great. So what I'll do is I'll give the adapted equipment a few more months to see if it improves, and I'll give the diet a few more months to see if anything improves. It came to probably December time. I started noticing other changes in my body. So I love to play football. It's what would be my sport. And I used to play five-a-side with the guys from work. Sometimes on a Thursday, mostly on a Monday. I felt like after 1 hour of football, my legs were starting to hurt, my ankles were hurting. It took me about 2 weeks to recover, so I thought, well, I can't play out field anymore, so I'm going to have to adapt here because clearly there's something's not working for me. Maybe it's just old age. Even though I'm not really that old, I'm only 39. So I thought, okay, I'll try going in the nets, be a goalkeeper. So the week that I came back to play football, I thought I'll put the gloves on. So I found when I went to put my hands in the gloves, I was having to push my fingers down and slide the glove up to try and get them on. That to me was alarm bells. I thought this is getting worse because this is starting to affect things that I love now. So I thought, I'll wait till January because January is a quiet period. I'll get in touch with my GP and see what can be done. So over to January, I rang the GP and asked for a one-on-one appointment. So I went to see my GP and I told him about the hand situation. The fingers were curling and stuff, and I couldn't, do certain things. So he said, look, what we'll do is we will send you to a hand specialist. Now, they might be able to help with your condition. So I thought, okay, that's fine, we'll get that booked in. So it took 9 months to see a hand specialist. So we're now in October, 31st of October 2024. It's 9 months I've been worried about what's going on. I could see different changes in myself. So anyways, I went to the appointment on the 31st of October to see the hand specialist. She was testing for things like arthritis, did a few blood tests and stuff. She couldn't find anything wrong because I wasn't in pain. My hands weren't in pain. It wasn't painful. So she sent me over to a hand and bone specialist over in Londonderry. So that was coming up in December time, so I thought, well, it's November, I'll take a quick break, I'll go on holiday for a week in the sun, come back a bit more refreshed, a bit more positive attitude. So I thought, okay, so when I come back, it was a few more weeks after that. I went and seen a hand and bone specialist. They did tests for me. They did a nerve conduction test. If nobody's ever had a nerve conduction test before, it's literally like having an electric shock. They do it on your fingers, and then your hands, your wrists, your arms, your legs, your feet, your ankles. So they do that, like all the limbs basically, just to test for nerve blockage. So that was fine. I also was sent for a neck and spine MRI, just to make sure there was no damage there, just to rule out any possibilities. So this is all. So when I had the MRI last time was January. So I heard nothing from February, and it came to March, and I thought, right, I need to hear some answers here because I'm getting nowhere. I'm just getting mentally more depressed. It's taking a massive toll on me. I'm barely eating. I'm barely sleeping. So I thought, I'm going to ring my GP again and just go in for another 1-to-1. So I rang up, made an appointment, went to see the GP, and I told them, look, I'm getting worse mentally. I'm just so tired and so like anxious all the time. Can barely eat, barely sleep. The problem's getting worse. I can see bones in my hands now. So as you can see, there's muscle washes. That's what muscle washes looks like in the hands. So this is on both hands. So I was like, look, this is getting worse. I can see physical evidence now. So he took a picture of my hands and then obviously my legs and my feet because they're all going the same way. He said, look, we need to get you to see a neurologist. So I thought, okay, well, that's good. Neurology will probably be better for me. I don't know why it wasn't recommended in the first place, but so he said, look, I'll put it with urgent care, and then we'll see what happens. But do bear in mind, this is the NHS in Northern Ireland. There's not many neurologists about, so it could be up to 2 years before you're seen. So I thought, okay, well, that's not good. So I got home and I rang my mum and I spoke to my dad and I said, look, it's going to be 2 years. And mum said, oh, why don't you go private? We'll help you cover the cost of the private care, and we'll go and see a neurologist. So I thought, great. So I rang up and I booked an appointment. I got one for 26th of June, 2025. So I thought, great. But then 1 week later, a letter came through from the NHS for the neurology department, and they wanted to see me on the 9th of May. So I thought, great. So I went down on the 9th of May, and I have to say it was one of the best experiences meeting Gavin. Gavin is a fantastic neurologist. He was so thorough and so compassionate and answered all the questions we wanted to ask. He gave the answers, didn't sugarcoat anything, told me what was going to happen, and obviously gave me a rundown, gave me the diagnosis, and you think getting the diagnosis is a mix of relief and reality. It was kind of a bit of both, to be honest, but I found out what's happening to my body, and yeah. So this journey has tested me physically, mentally and emotionally, but I'm here sharing my story because I want to raise awareness and help others who might be going through something similar. So thank you for taking time to watch this video. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be sharing more about living with MMN, the treatments, the mental health side, and how I'm adapting day by day. So let's keep this conversation going. You are not alone.